Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. Happy Saturday, happy weekend, and welcome back to our masterclass. If you were with us a little bit earlier on for Play Your Crafts Right, hopefully you had a great time and you are ready for another couple of hours where we are going to be concentrating lots on masculine makes over the course of the next 2 hours. And what I will say as well straight off the bat during this show is that of course it is our Sarah's birthday today, so many happy returns to the lovely Sarah. I know loads of you have been sending in your messages to her right throughout the day as well. I've seen a few photos that she's posted as well. I know she's having a fantastic day. We're celebrating her birthday here on Crafters TV by giving you lots of great deals. The sad news is, first of all, I'll get the bad news out of the way right at the top, is we did have those travel mugs that we were giving away to you. We thought they would last the weekend, so basically if you spent £20 or $20, we put one of the travel mugs into your basket. Sadly, they've all gone. It was while stocks last, and the stocks have disappeared. I should have known better really, shouldn't I? With how you shop, knew that they would disappear, and they have gone. However, there is still good news. If you want to get your hands on any of the Sarah Signature collections that we've got in stock, you will still receive a 25% discount right across the course of the weekend. And of course, that discount will still allow you to get your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. So still plenty of reasons to shop across the course of the weekend. Also, I must just mention before we get started on this show, our Weekend Super Saver Stamping Mystery Bag is still available. We have only 25% of the stock remaining though. It's worth over £100, over $144. You can pick it up for £30 or $40, but 75% of the stock has gone. If we get a chance during Masterclass, we'll delve into that in a little more detail, but if you want to get it sooner rather than later. Let's get going though with Masterclass and see what we can expect over the next couple of hours with the lovely lady who is across the other side of the studio for the show. If you missed her earlier on, she's back. A lot of you thought she was missing in action, but no, she's been working on behind the scenes and she's back for the first time in, did we say a couple of months?
6 weeks, I think it is.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. I've not been not working in the 6 weeks. It's just the way it's fell. And yeah, just for the benefit of anybody that wasn't watching earlier, I've had so many of you reach out and to see whether I'm okay, basically. It's just the way our schedule works. And I will just explain it briefly again on the fact that I do only work part-time. But when Craig was poorly last year, we all worked extra to cover, to allow him to recuperate properly. So I was here much more frequently, and I think people got used to that. And now I've gone back to my part-time schedule. People are wondering where I am, but it's just the way. I wouldn't want the job of sorting the schedule out for, they couldn't pay me enough money to do that. Our guys in the office, honestly, testimony to them. I don't know how they work out who needs to be where and when, but obviously between here and the TV channel, it's just the way it landed that I had a massive big gap and everybody thought I'd just disappeared. But no, I'm still here. I was still working away in the background. I've been doing some work down at the TV channel, and honestly, I've really enjoyed being back today, Ben. I've missed it, to be honest. I love being up here. If I had to choose between the two, I'll say no more than that. But yeah, there was such a lot of customers, particularly you guys in the States that don't get the TV channel. They were like, we can't watch you, Jan, we can't watch you. And I posted this morning with the sign here in the background to say that I was back. The number of people that have commented on that, I am actually a little bit overwhelmed by the love out there. And to be honest, you know, it chokes me up a little bit, it really does. So yeah, thank you guys. It's nice to know that I've been missed, and I've got a little while before I'm back again, so I'll give you advanced warning that I'm not back until mid-May.
Wow.
So there's another little bit of a gap between now and the next one. But yes, I'm just going to give you a quick, I've just chosen one of each to show you. We've got 5 main product bundles on for you this afternoon that we've picked that we think will go nicely with those masculine projects. So we're going to start at the top of the show with those lovely pop-out numbers. So again, keeping the front fairly simple, and then you've got that pop-out facility inside. I've got some more of these to show you throughout the show, but I just thought I'd give you one of each, and we're going to do something a little bit different with this for our first demo. We've also got those beautiful cut-in sentiments. Now, as you can see, that one, I've picked this one specifically, very, very feminine. Just mainly because of the colour scheme and the butterfly, but changing that colour scheme, changing the butterfly, can make it very sort of masculine looking. Gorgeous. We've got the left fold alphabet. I think this is one of my favourites out of the alphabets, and again it gets its name because of that ability to fold out, and you can see what's underneath there. I
love the use of the bunting on that card. That's very good.
I'm going to use that in the demo. That's the stamp set that goes with it. This one really caught my eye. Oh, wow. We did a demo with these cut-in sentiments this morning, but this one's very cleverly been done. It's obviously got sections behind it. It's been made into a shaker.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you want to have a quick close-up look, George. Each section has got a slightly different shaker element in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah? So Alison there on the DT, shout out to you there. That is a really, really fun sample. It really is. Thanks, George. And then lastly, we've got that beautiful, we were talking earlier about it being an autumn collection. Yeah. You guys voted for my card as card of the show this morning, and we made it very much not autumn. Yes. It went into a masculine field just by, again, mainly changing that colour scheme, just thinking a little bit outside the box. So those are the 5 main collections. We've also got some other bundles on there to support those collections, which we'll go through as the show goes on, Ben, I think.
Yeah, absolutely right. Lots to look forward to. Loads of you already watching. We've got George Squared in the gallery steering the good ship craft. They just gave you a little... We've also got Grace, our social superstar, on the socials today. And loads of you already watching. Nee Connie says hello to the TV and social media teams for the amazing Crafters Companion show today. Thank you. Hello, Jan and Ben and all the lovely people watching. It's a cloudy Saturday, but Crafters Companion will make it a happy one. We will. Alison says hello, everyone from Brooklyn, New York. I cannot wait to see Ben and Jan. Mary says good morning from Maine, everyone. Looking forward to Jan and Ben today. Mary Beth is in from Minnesota. Sharon is in from Nottingham, saying happy St George's Day. Yes, happy St George's Day, of course. Eileen says hello again. Good morning, everyone. And Sharon is saying this is my first live. Lovely to join you all today. And funnily enough, you're talking about St George's Day. Well, we thought we'd celebrate in the only way that we knew how here at Crafters TV. It is St George's Day, so happy St George Squared Day from all of us here Crafters TV. That's brilliant. There we go. That's the lovely producer Georgina, and George the joystick there as well. With the halos. I do like the squared. It's That's very fabulous. Good. It's very good. But yeah, happy St George's Day to all of you. Hi to Annalie, Fred171, Treasure Heart's in from Texas, Mary Pat, Gilmore's in as well. Oh, I saw your message, Gilmore. I saw your message. And Pammy and Terry also with us as well. Just before we quickly get on to the pop-out numbers, I'll very, very quickly, not going to spend too much time here at all, show you what we've got left in our Weekend Super Saver Stamping mystery bag, worth over £100, over $144. Look at your platinum price. This is like Mary Poppins' bag, right? When I start pulling out all of the items that you're going to get in here for this price. You're going to get your stamping mat, so you've got something to be working with right there. You're also going to get your rocker blocks. Again, so if you find stamping difficult, these are going to allow you to stamp perfectly each and every time. And then a huge selection of stamps with this set as well. So you've got the beautiful stamps there from our our Country Village collection. We've got beautiful mermaids in here. We've got unicorns in here as well. I mean, there's 12 stamps there alone. Add in another 4 with that beautiful little pixie. That's 16 stamps you're going to get. We've got sets from the Sassy and Classy collection. There's another 6 stamps included in there. Can you see the value for money totting up here? We've got Sharon Callis in there as well. That beautiful friendship stamp from the Heart collection. We've got beautiful florals in there too. That's 10 more stamps in there. And I'm not even finished. You've got tons of stamps to be working with, all the gear that you need to help you get stamping perfectly with too. Then we're going to give you your paper pad, premium black paper here, 240 GSM, 30 sheets you're going to receive of that. And if you're thinking, cool, blimey, mister, that's an awesome deal, there can't be anything else in the bag. Well, there is, because we're also going to give you your water reactive ink pots in those 4 amazing colours too. And we said to you earlier on, and we double checked it is right, that on its own is worth more than the value of the bag for platinum members. It's $24.99 or $39.95. So that's worth more than the value of the bag, and you get everything else that I've just shown you. I can tell you now, 80% of the stock of the bag is gone. You've got to be quick if you want to get it. I'll keep you up to speed on that one as to how we're going stock-wise, but I can almost guarantee you that that will sell out before the end of the show. £24, $32. Now, very quickly, because I realise we need to be getting on to seeing some of the amazing demos that Jan's got, we are going to be looking at the pop-out numbers. The deal on this is stupid.
I had to look twice when I saw it on my listing.
It's one of those where literally you double check the screen because you think, have we made a mistake?
Yeah.
You're going to get all of these pop-out numbers, and again, if you love the idea of this and you're thinking, is it hard to do, we will show you, and Jan, as thorough as she always is, will show you just how easy it is to create this wonderful pop-out effect. So you've got all of your numbers there, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and guess what? You also get 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So for that price alone, $11.99 or $14.38, it's ridiculous. But then on top of that, as you might have seen with the card that Jan showed you a little while ago, you also get this stamp and die set, which allows you to add extra layers and more detail and embellishments to your cards as well. So all of that is included. It should be £50 or $60. The deal today is silly. 30% of the stock is already gone. £11.99 platinum, $14.38. Snap this one up. If you've not got this collection, today is the day to jump in and grab it. And as we always say, Jan, I hammer on about this, you need the alphabet in your life as far as crafting is concerned. And to have numbers as well, you're just able to personalise for any birthday, any anniversary, aren't you?
Absolutely. I think it's one of those staple things again. You know, there are core things that you will use and go to over and over and over again. Now, there's a range of options. We just happen to have brought in the pop-out numbers for you today, and I'll show you. They are really, once you understand the concept of how they work, you can then apply them to lots of different things. Obviously the basic card was for it to open up and the pop out in the centre, but there's so many different ways you can use these on the front of cards, on your boxes. We're going to do one of those lovely drop down boxes today with them. But yeah, I think, you know, like you said, Ben, alphabets and numbers, they're never ever going to go out of fashion.
Of course.
There are trends with other things, with colours and with patterns. You tend to find trends that are often linked to fashion and things like that and home decor, but a number and an alphabet is never ever going to change.
Yeah.
The only difference is that there are different ways of cutting them. The one that I like this one again because it's a good size. If I take the metalwork out of the packet here and have a look at these, let's just grab, I'm going to use the 6 and the 0.
Okay.
And these, you know, the numbers themselves are actually 3 inches tall by about 2.5 inches. So if you exclude the top bit there, which is going to be the bend that attaches it to the card, you're looking about 3 by, what did I say, 2.5. Yeah. So a really good size. And I'm going to show you as well how you can take out the folded parts and just use the number itself. So like we were talking about with the alphabets, you can make yourself a set of just plain numbers without the pop-out element by just literally snipping away that top part. So we're going to use these in our demo. We're going to use the 6 and the 0 today. And I'm also going to bring in the stamp set as well. This is lovely. And again, you've got a range here Let me just find something to put that on for you. Of beautiful stamps. There's lots of borders.
Yeah.
I love this one that's got the wavy border on with the hearts, but particularly the banner.
Yeah, the banner.
Again, that can be used for so many different occasions. It really can. And you've got some extra elements. I've used the little presents for the demo here. So, you know, lots of bits and pieces going on there, and we're going to incorporate that as well. So let's have a look then. What I've done, I've prepped some of this already. We're going to make one of those boxes that fold up together, and then two of the sides pop down with the number in the middle. Okay, so I've done a little bit of work in advance. I've started off, and I'll talk you through where I've got to with this. This began life as a sheet of 12 by 12, and this particular one's from our neutrals pad that we brought out with the broderie anglaise dies. It's got some beautiful textured card in there and pearlescent card in both cream and white, so really nice natural one. So I've taken one of the cream textured 12 by 12, scored it at 4 and 8, turned it 4 and 8, so you've got that like tic-tac-toe grid, that was 9 spaces. Taken out the corners with my scissors on 3 sides, and then the last one, I've cut away the corner, but I've left enough to make a little glue tab. And we're actually going to glue these 2 sides together so that they remain in shape. And then when the lid's on, it will encompass the other 2 sides, but when we open it, these 2 are going to fall down.
Love it.
And then ahead of time, because there's quite a few layers to this, I've just done some matting and layering on the outside here, and this is just a layer of craft card, and then I went through my box of many embossing folders.
Oh yes.
And just found a neutral one, and it's a really nice one. It's almost like a metalwork. You can just see that grid there. I'm not sure, it is a Crafter's Companion one. I'm not sure whether it's still available on the website, but it just gives like that sort of metal effect
it's like a
on
foot plate,
it.
isn't it?
And on there, I started out, this was actually one of those happy mistakes, because I wanted to highlight the top of the embossing with my ink pad. Now we've got a bundle of the metallic ink pads on the show, so I went for one of those, and one of my favourite colours is platinum. So I went to go over the top of the embossing, and because they're on a sponge pad, it was too, I don't know, I'd applied too much pressure with my heavy hands, but I ended up with smudges all over, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do it all again. So all I did was apply more pressure and cover the whole thing, and I've actually got like a platinum coloured metallic card.
I love that.
Started out life as white all-purpose card.
Yeah.
So that was the outside of the box ready to go. We're going to pop that to one side. And then what I've done, I'll just bring that back in place. I've cut some more layers to go on the inside. So again, you can see this one's going to fold together, and this is going to fit to create like a matten layer inside here. All right, so this is just some plain green pearlescent cardstock. And then I've gone again with my patterned layer, which is going to stick together again and fit inside like so. But what I want to do is cut those pop-out numbers out of this section. So I'm going to put the pieces to one side. This is actually going to stick together, and I want my 6 in here and my 0 on this side. Okay?
Oh, I see, yeah.
So what we're going to do, if you just have a little look at the die there, you can see we've got, if I turn it over, we've got that score line here, and this is going to be the return piece that keeps it attached to the card. And you can just see there's a little notch at either side. That's actually the fold line. So the bottom part of the number cuts into the bit beneath the fold. So what I mean by that, let me just make sure I get this the right way around. We want the number 6 on that side. Where my fold line is here, where I've scored and folded, I'm going to line up those notches like so. And I'm going to sort of look around about centre, excluding the glue tab. All right, and then we're just going to pop that in place with a little bit of tape. And then I'm going to turn it and do the same at this side. Let's see if we can fit them, but yeah, there's room for them both together. So again, about equal distance at either side, with that notch lined up with where I've scored and folded. All right. And I'll show you once we've cut out how that works. And it really is as simple as that. So wherever you're cutting these, you just want to line up, whether this is the inside of a card, or whether it's on the front of a card, this is the bit that you're going to line up with that little notch onto the fold line. So the one that I showed you at the top of the show, which was this one These numbers have been done in exactly the same way. You can see where the fold line is here.
Yeah.
And the numbers drop below, and then the tab at the top is the bit that returns it back to the card. All right, so once you've got that concept and you realise how it works, you can start and apply that to lots of different sort of ways of using it. So we'll just pop that onto our Gemini, and I've got the large plates here just because of the size of my actual piece of paper that I'm working on, but the numbers themselves will go through the smaller machines. So if you're just working on a small piece with one number, they will easily go through your Gemini Junior and your MIDI as well. So we'll just pass that through, and then that's cut in to that paper. Just pop those back to one side and take my tape back away now. That's served its purpose. So just roll that back so that it doesn't snag your paper. There we go. And then the same on this side. I find if I roll it back, it doesn't do as much.
I always do that as well whenever I use the
Yeah,
tape, just 'cause I
sometimes
learned
if you
that from
rip it off like a Band-Aid,
Yeah.
it can sometimes snag the
Tear it.
paper. But if you sort of just take it back and roll it off, it tends to, I find it comes off a wee bit easier and does less sort of potential damage. So you can see there, we've got the outline of those numbers. Yeah? So with that, those score lines, it's popped a score line in the top here, it's popped one here, and it's popped one at the bottom. All right, so what I want to do then is just tease these into place. So that top one is going to be what we call a valley fold, so it creates that V shape.
Yes.
The next one is going to be what we call the mountain.
Okay.
So you've got the peak at the top, and then the bottom one again is going to be the valley. So you've got valley, mountain, valley, and can you see now how that sort of stands? If I tip it on its side there, you've got the number stood up.
Yes.
Popping out of the card,
Perfect.
which is where it gets its name. So if we do the same on this side, exactly the same procedure, that first one's going to be a valley fold to create that V. The next one's going to be a mountain, so you've got the fold on the top, and then the bottom one's going to be the valley again. And then once you've got those in place, you can actually fold the whole thing over then, and I just like to give those little folds a bit of a burnish so that it's teaching that cardstock that it wants to stay in that position. So again with this one, fold it across and just burnish those in. Wherever you've done a fold, I like to just burnish it in and teach that cardstock what you're wanting it to do. And then when we fasten this together, you can see that we've got those numbers now popped out of the back of there. Now they're all sort of blending in a little bit there with it being a pattern paper, and this is actually just a piece I've pulled out of our vintage diary paper pad. Went nicely with the colour scheme, but they are sort of blending in a little bit. So I've took my dies again and I've just cut them out of the scrap, and you remember how I said I'd made the embossed work here?
Oh yes.
I've done exactly the same. So I've just used some scraps of white card, well it was actually cream card rather than white, and then I've cut them, but I've actually taken that top tab away. So you can see here how we've got the zero, but I've cut that top section off, and this will now stick perfectly over the one in here and make it a bit more visible. Yeah. Same with the 6. So we're just going to pop those on with a little bit of wet glue, and I've gone for that tacky glue there. Your collal would work just the same here. I just had the tacky glue to hand. So this is going to make those a little bit more visible. It lines up perfectly because you've used the die. You've not got to worry about is everything going to match. I've popped them through the embossing folder again, and I've used that same platinum Midas ink on there so that it links together with the outside of the box. So again, just a little bit of that tacky glue to hold those in place. And that one's going to cover the number 6 there. So they're a little bit more visible now. When I stand that up again this time, and then we pop this one together, that's actually going to be much more visible now.
Yeah, absolutely.
In there. Okay, so let's start and assemble some of that, and then I've just got a couple more bits to show you for decoration. So I've actually got a lot of this prepared now. I've got the tape, created the little tab. These were exactly the same. Okay, just pop my tape on ready, and the tape for this one is on the top because I want to fasten it round the back so that it doesn't show. So I'm just going to bring this to make a 90-degree angle and then pop that one on the back. So that's going to be trapped inside now. So we've got those at the ready. And then I'm going to do the same with my mat layer. I've done exactly the same. Tape on this side so that we can hide that at the back, because nobody's going to see that then. So that's my next layer. And then we're going to do the same with the box. Now with the box, I've put the tape on the other side because I can afford to put this one on the inside because those mat layers are going to cover it up. If I went round the back again, obviously you're going to be able to see it on the outside of your box. So just think about where those are going to be hidden. So this one's going to line up on the inside like so. All right, and then I'm going to grab my all-purpose glue, which is somewhere down there. Where have you gone? There it is. And the reason I want the all-purposes is because that's going to give me a little bit of movement time to sort of wriggle these into place and get them in the right place.
We've got the all-purpose glue on the show, and I've got to say, I've never seen the bottles so big.
Is that the big one?
It's,
are they 100 mils, aren't they?
No, 250 mil.
250? Oh, this is the 100.
Yeah.
900 mil, yeah, so that's the big one, yeah. Brilliant. So exactly the same glue.
Yeah.
It's just you've got more of it in that one.
Yeah, you have. I've never seen the bottles so big. I thought I'd shrunk, to be honest with you. Buy one and get on half price. Details on your screen right now. There you go. £8.38, $13.14. Yeah.
So I'm going to put the glue on all three of those outside pieces because they're all going to stick into place, including the base there. And with that collal, literally, I can just literally pop it in the middle there. And you want to push it right into that back corner. All right. So right in there. And then
can I ask a question about your glues for a second?
You can.
So you used the all-purpose there.
Yep.
You know when you stuck the fronts onto your numbers, you used tacky, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
So why did you use the different glues in that instance?
Only because I had the tacky to hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did say you could have used the all-purpose while you were doing that one as well. Yeah, it would have worked on there as well. So I just had the little applicator at the ready. No other reason than that. And then this one, we're going to do the same again, but you don't want any glue on the numbers.
Right.
So it's just a case of the flat pieces that are left. So this is going to be the base area. Okay, and less is more with your glue. You don't need a lot of glue.
No.
So again, this is all going to stick to the background, including that little cutout bit there, and the same around the zero. So just make sure you don't want anything those numbers to stick together. And again, this is going to go straight into the back there and create that little matten layer. So there's a little bit of the green showing, and just make sure everything's stuck in there nicely. Okay, if you can't quite reach in there, I'm just going to pop my bone folder to make sure that that back piece is stuck. And you can see there we've got the makings of this. So when this comes together now, all right, you've got that lovely reveal inside.
That's brilliant.
So I've made, the box itself measures 4 inches square. So I've just made a little lid. Whoops, oh, throwing things away. I'll fetch that in a second.
I'll get it, I'm coming.
He's on it, he's on it.
I'm on it.
Flung it across without no thought for it. So I've made my lid to make a 4-inch square box. Thank you. That was my topper for the top. Just to add a little bit of decoration. And again, I've got a mat layer to go on the top. Okay. Oh, Ben's on the case.
I am. I'm always there. Always there.
He's on the case. Or as my little grandson would say, he's into Paw Patrol. Rubble on the double, sir. I know more about Paw Patrol than I ever did.
Who won the double?
Rubble.
Oh, Rubble.
They're all little dogs.
Yes.
And they've all got names, and they've all got like a catchphrase, and he's Rubble on the double.
Rubble's a builder then,
little bulldog, yeah. And he's got his digger.
Digger.
Yeah.
What's the name of the fire engine one?
Marshall.
Marshall, that's
the Dalmatian, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely loves it, he does. He's got clothes with it on and all sorts. We've got storybooks.
I just missed out on Paw Patrol with my two. It was my son was massively into Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, yeah?
And Daisy was Peppa Pig. And Sophia the First was the other one. Remember that? The princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not.
Oh, we
Paw
like
Patrol's a bit more recent.
we like the Paw Patrol, the pups. He's very much into them, and I've got 2 dogs at home, and obviously they've got their collars on with their little name tags on. He calls them the pup tags.
The pup tags.
Benji's got his pup tag on.
You don't put fireman's helmets on them and stuff, do you?
Pardon?
You don't put any fireman's helmets on them as well?
No. They're both getting on a bit now, the doggos. So
they wouldn't
don't
appreciate
tolerate
that.
him very well. No. They sort of run. We see him coming and running the other direction. Yeah. They're both senior years, bless them.
Aww.
I wish they were a bit younger because he loves to play with them, but they just don't want to know. They just want to curl up and go to sleep now. My little one's, he'll be 16 this year, bless him.
Aww.
My little Benji, yeah, the Yorkshire Terrier, will be 16 years old in July.
It's a Yorkie, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got our lid there. I've just done a bit of matting and layering with a stamp from my stash there. And then I've got a couple of panels that I've matted and layered to go on the inside of here. And that's where that banner came in. So you can see here we've got the stamp set. I decided not to use the stamp set. I wanted to use the metalwork that comes with it. And I've just used the banner itself to create the pieces here, just to link in. So all we're going to do with those is pop these on here like so, and then we've just got a little bit of embellishing to do. Okay. And I've done a lot of that work in advance because, as I say, I want to try and fit as much in as I can today, but we've used the presents from that stamp set, and I've also brought in one of those little expressions dies again as well.
Oh yes.
We said we'd got a little collection of those on.
We have.
And they're really nice to mix and match with other things. So with this having the numbers on, just going to pop this one in and then I'll show you what I've done. So that one's going to go on the other side, like so. You can see that there. So we've got all that lovely green, combination of the green, the platinum ink, that lovely paper, and then I've got a little bag of goodies ready to embellish with. So you can see those presents there that I just stamped out from that stamp set there, and I've just coloured them in just to match the colour scheme that we were working with. And then I've done the little dad, and then I've used the same, these are one of the nesting dies.
Oh yeah.
The stitch nesting die. So this was one of the smaller ones out of the middle, just to echo, to bring that together. And then I've got some buttons to embellish this one as well.
Ah.
So what I thought we'd do is we're going to go with the presents are going to go on these 2 flaps that fall down. So we're going to pop one at the bottom there, and then we're going to do one at the other side just to match.
Hopefully get a few of those this time next week. I don't know if I've mentioned it, but your birthday this time next week. The big 3-0.
There we go. And then what was I going to do with the buttons? I'm trying to remember now when I planned this out. I think we were going to have a couple on one of those. Oh no, I remember what I was going to do. Right, this one's going to go in the middle. I planned these in advance and then I have to remember what my ideas were. I've just got that little one's going to go in here. So this is Dad. All right, so on the top it says just for you. Inside we've got Dad. So just for you, Dad. And then I've already popped a little tiny bit of red line tape on these, and I definitely was going to put 2 on here. I'm blown if I can remember where I was going to put the other 2, but we'll put them on anyway.
The Dad is with the little Gemini minis, isn't it?
The mini expressions dies,
they're all
masculine. They're so cute.
All
honestly.
masculine names.
So that's that bit, and then I was planning to put these, but I'm not quite sure. I'm going to leave those off. I obviously had a plan in my head.
Yeah.
But let's have a look now then. We'll pop that pin in there to stop the glue drying up. Say a prayer and hope the lid fits on the box. It did when I measured it all. Yep, there we go.
No doubt in my mind that it does.
Your gift there,
yeah.
You've got just for you, Dad. And the best way to do these is to actually pop them on something. If I just borrow one of these to stand it on. So if you've got it raised off something, when you lift that lid section off, get it the right way around, Jan. You've got, and you can display it with those pieces.
Do it again that way around. Do it again.
Do it again that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Thought I'd got it the right way. You know, you just can't get the staff these days,
well,
can
that's
you?
it, isn't it? That's it.
So again, pop that lid back on.
There
we go. All right. You can decorate some more of the outside if you wish. It's entirely up to you. But again, take that lid off the top and you've got that pop-out number with those little drop-down pieces.
That's really
effective.
Yeah.
Just different, something different to a card.
No, absolutely, and a great way to be able to use those pop-out number dies as well. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments that have come through over the course of that little demo. I must read a few of these because loads of you loving to see Jan back. Caroline Hanley says,
that was a funny noise.
Lovely to see Jan back. She's been missed. What's that noise?
It was. I just slid that lid across there, and it was like. It was nearly, yeah.
Oh, maybe,
I'll not do that again.
Make it a bit funny. Renee's with us saying, happy wet morning from stormy Minnesota. Joe says, we've got a blizzard today.
Oh.
Joe, where are you?
Heck.
Expecting 2 feet or more of snow by tomorrow.
Goodness me.
Well, stay safe, Joe. Let us know where you are. Where in the world is that going on? Barbara's in. Kelly's in from Maryland. Shirley's in from... saying lovely the picture of the Georges, and Patty says so happy to see that Jan is alive and well.
Oh bless.
She has been greatly missed. Kathy C says, going to have to watch this back. I want to make this project. Awesome demo, says Mary Pat 1000. Love it. Peg says, good morning, Jan, Ben and friends. Pammy says, I've missed Jan teaching Ben a craft. I've missed Jan teaching Ben a craft. A craft along. Is that what you mean? Craft along?
Yeah, we've done a lot of craft alongs together, haven't we?
I think 6 we've done together. Might be 7. Jan is so good at explaining every step, says Joe Holzer. And Patricia Miller says, I bet Jan was an awesome teacher. I bet she was as well. Well, she still is, isn't she? She still is. If you want to go for that collection, it's proving really popular, really popular. It is, well, it probably is the best seller on the show, and I'm not surprised, because you've got a 70% saving. I've never seen, I don't think, this particular collection at this ridiculous price. So you've got all of the pop-out numbers for £11.99 if you're platinum, $14.38 if you're shopping with us in the US. There's never been a better time to get this collection. And actually, it was quite telling from Caroline Hanley, who has just messaged to say, I've seen the pop-out numbers before, but never really seen them been demoed. I always thought they looked quite difficult and time-consuming to do. But Jan makes them look so easy, so I will be getting these into my basket. I think that's the point, isn't it? Once you see and you've kind of figured out for yourself that they are really craftable, then especially at this price today, you want to be getting those in your basket. And worth bearing in mind that the little presents that you saw Jan using there as well are all included with your beautiful dies and all of those stamps to kind of embellish your projects. Everything that I've just shown you there for that price today is simply amazing. Over 30% of the stock has gone. Anne Lee as well, thank you for your message. You were just asking about the mystery bag. We are, I think, at the point of, well, we are limited stock on the mystery bag. There's green on the screen, which means... Jan remembers the catchphrases!
Yes. I can't tell you what the whole screens look like, but I can remember your little...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next week then, oh, you won't be here on Saturday though, will you? I was going to say we could do a Ben's catchphrases game. Andy was asking the colours that you've got of the metallic ink. So you've got aged copper, antique bronze, burnished copper and tarnished silver. £24, $32. That will disappear. It will go. So do not miss out on that. And Jules Stonewall says, 30, I'm thinking not, Ben. How very dare you? How dare you? All right, 35. Let's quickly show you the Centura Pearl as well. You saw a lot of this earlier on with Jan on the Play Your Crafts Right show. It's a lovely collection. And again, because we're talking about sort of masculine makes over the course of this show, we've titled this the Masculine Collection. However, that is not to say that you will just be using this for your masculine makes. We think the colours will be perfect to suit masculine cards, but as you see as we go through all of the colours that you've got here, it's just a lovely array of colours that I think you'll use for a whole host of different projects as well. You're going to get 10 sheets of each of the colours that we're showing you right here. I love that royal blue. Remember, 310 GSM, so it's lovely construction weight cardstock for you too. And, oh, look at that pumpkin.
That one's gorgeous, isn't it? That'd work beautifully with that Autumn's Blessing
collection. Your favourite one, I think, is just coming up, the Sexy Black.
It's very special. I only use it on certain occasions, but I don't know, there's just something about it. It just looks so luxurious in the black.
So you've got 10 sheets of the black, that turquoise which you used
earlier,
well.
yeah.
You've got 10 sheets of that. You've got 10 sheets of the Christmas green. 10 sheets of your... Ooh,
another one that's nice.
Yeah,
that with the pumpkin.
Yeah.
For the autumn blessings would be beautiful. Yeah, dark chocolate. Close runner up to the sexy black. They have an order.
Look, Jan Centura Pearl chart countdown.
Yep.
In at number 3.
Number 3's not in there. Not in there. No, number 3's dark purple, but that's not in the masculine collection.
The green gold is rather sumptuous.
Beautiful.
I've never seen a lot of these colours before. The dark
that's actually one of the metallics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally,
and then along with the
pale silver. £24 for 100
Beautiful
sheets.
to work with. It's strong enough to make your card blocks out of. It's strong enough for construction weight. It holds its own. Matting and layering, die cutting, whatever you want it to do, behaves perfectly. Scores beautifully.
It's the absolute business, and again, a lovely collection of colours that you're going to receive today for just £24 or $40. Lots of you picking up those deals today as well, saving over 20%, less another 20 if you're platinum. A lot of you have been chatting about the Midas metallic ink pads as well. Those again. Available for you. I'll take you through all of the colours. A lot of people chatting about these earlier on as well. I think there's a few people asking about whether or not these are water-based.
Yep.
So you've got the ability to do all of your techniques with these, of course, as well.
As a metallic ink pad, anything metallic will always show up better on a dark-coloured card.
Yes.
Okay. It will work on the Centura Pearl. You just need to heat set it with your heat tool because obviously you've got a wet ink on a shiny surface, but it will dry with a heat tool. Some beautiful colours.
They really are. You've got bronze, we showed you the rose gold, you've got the platinum in there as well.
That one's one of my favourites. That's what I've just used on that box, the platinum,
If you want some of the dark cardstock as well, don't forget that you've got 30 sheets of that within that
would work beautifully on that premium card,
But go quickly on that because that will sell out. You're going to get 9 of these. There's the rose gold I was just mentioning. You've got gold and also silver included in there as well. Saving over 20% today, so that's £27.99 platinum. Or $45.59 if you are a platinum member and you are shopping with us in the US. Right, let's also just remind you about other goodies that we've got on the show. What did you say we're doing next? Oh, sorry. You could tell me. Turn it up! I can't hear what you're saying. No, it's me. Hang on. Just say hello. Good, I can hear you now. The framed...
It's an age thing, Ben. It's because you're coming to that next birthday.
Oh, hang on. It's these ones, isn't it? Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
No, you were right the first time.
I was right.
That one.
Yeah. No, I put them out of order. It's my fault. They're all it's your age. I'm not that old.
We'll get there in the end.
I did find now, actually, because I'm obviously not really 30. I mean, who fell for that one? Going to be 43 next Saturday. Did find once I turn 40, things gradually start going wrong.
Oh, that must be a guy thing.
Oh, do you think?
I managed to make it to 50.
You're not 50, are you?
I'm more than 50.
No, I don't believe you.
I've nearly got another big one coming up.
No, you have not.
Nearly. Not this year, next year.
You serious?
Don't know how that happened. I don't feel it.
No. I don't believe that you are. I can't believe that.
My baby's 30 this year. Yeah, my little girl, bless her, my baby girl is 30. She's nearly 6 foot tall.
Still your baby?
She's still my baby. She'll always be my baby.
That's what my mum always says to me whenever I go over. Say, oh, it's my baby boy. It's like, Mum, I'm 42. Oh, you'll always be my baby. You'll always be my baby. Anyway, what was I talking about?
We digress there, didn't we?
I'm over 40. I can't remember what I'm talking about anymore. I do, though, now know that I have got the right collection in my hands, which is always good news. The Frame Sentiment Stamp and Die collection. Again, you're saving a quarter today on this, plus the 20% of your platinum membership, which I know the majority of you are. So you're £19 if you're platinum, $23.88 if you're shopping with us in the US. And again, it's a really lovely collection. I love the fact that, you know, obviously if you want to cut the apertures into your cards that you can. A few of the examples that we saw with Jan a little bit earlier on was kind of cutting these out and then building these up onto the front of your cards too. I love the fact that you've got that Really interesting like frame design on here as well, almost a bit of an abstract look. And then of course you've got the stamps in there to kind of complete your sentiment as well. So you have got the hello, miss you. This one I absolutely love with those entwined hearts, with love, forever and always. Then you've got your birthday wishes from me to you. And then lastly, that's really super cute. Thank you so much. I love the card. I don't know if you've got it still there, but the card earlier on, which you showed with this one, almost using this as a topper with some really bright and vibrant colours, just made the sentiment itself absolutely stand out and take the forefront of the particular card. £19.18 is the platinum price, as I say. $23.88 if you want to jump in and grab that collection. And yes, keep the comments coming through. Just before we move on, lots of chat about that last box that Jan made. Lovely masculine box, great looking box. Beautiful, Jan, says Kathy C. And Shaddai says, I'm going through all of my colours as Centura Pearls. I'll let you know how much I have. I'm a hoarder. And Carrie says, come on, Ben, you're not on vacation anymore. Shaddai says, look, Ben, you need a vacation after the vacation to recuperate. Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's not easy coming back in after 24 days off and doing 2 days in a row. Seriously. I'll have my birthday off next week. Let's get back on and have a look at the framed sentiments in action. Which of the four are you going to work with, Jan?
Right, we're going to do the birthday wishes. Okay. And it is another box, and it's just they're not all boxes, it's just the way we've chosen to do them. Obviously, I do my prep at home, and then I've had a discussion with our producer, Georgina, and she wanted to do these in a certain order, so we've got another box coming up, but there are some cards in there as well. So birthday wishes, and these are a two-part system. So, well, three if you include the stamp, but the die, the metalwork, comes in two parts. So if I just explain that first before we use it, the main part of the die there, again, if I pop it on that on there, you can see better there. The main part there has got no external cutting edge. So the very outside piece of the metalwork here has got no external cutting edge. There are cutting edges to cut out the shapes here in the four sort of what would be corners, and then there's all the edge to cut out the detail in the middle with the sentiment. So this is where this will cut into your card. So where Ben had those boards, we'd shown you both the cut into and then cutting it out as a topper. And then your second piece, all right, is the actual external cutting edge. Yeah. Now the reason we've done them separate is to give you those two options.
Yes.
So a cut-in or together as a cut-out, making a topper. And that's what we're actually going to do today. We're going to do the topper.
Okay.
So I want to cut, I've got a couple of pieces of scrap. I've got that lovely dark chocolate there, which is the Centura Pearl. And then another one of my favourites, and this is actually not on the show today, but this comes out of the luxury cardstock packs. We do the glitter card, the mirror card, and then this is the satin gold.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. I wish we did this in a pack on its own. I need to speak to our Leanne, because I get through this like nothing on earth.
Is that the pack where you get 10 of each?
Yes, yes. And I very rarely use much of the other. Not in the gold, I do in some of the other colours. But the satin, I don't know what it is about the satin one, I really, really do like it. So what I'm going to do is pop both of these on here to cut this out and make like a topper.
Yeah.
All right, so there is room all the way round so that your dies don't touch. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So they never come together. There's enough room for me to get my pokey tool in and go all the way around the outside of where those two dies are together. If you don't feel confident cutting them together, if you're just starting out and you're a bit worried about whether they're going to, you know, move or whether they're going to damage, cut out the big blank one first and then inlay this one into it and do a second pass. But I'm actually going to cut it out both together to make a topper. So this one's easily going to fit in my smaller plates there. We don't need the embossing mat. So just those cutting plates in there. And then I'm going to cut the background again, so just that outline die out of that chocolate to put behind it to make like a plaque for it to sit behind. And because they've been cut with the same die, they're going to line up perfectly. So I just want to take off that outside piece of metalwork, and I'll come back to the others in a second. And I'm going to cut this one just out of the plane, so I know that they're going to marry up beautifully to make my topper section.
It's great that we give you the option with a lot of our die sets, isn't it?
I like it when they separate that outside edge. It does give you more scope to use your dies.
Yeah.
It seems to have become much more of a popular thing with the newer ranges. In the olden days, she says, going back, it was just a die and it did that job. But by splitting them like this, you've got that opportunity to do two different things with it straight away. So you've got that cutting element, or you've got that cut out to make the topper. But what I want to do with this is actually pop this one underneath. So we'll just take the rest of the tape off here, pop out all those extra pieces, and then just take that one out carefully. So let's get rid of those, and you can see now that this one lines up beautifully with that one. So this is actually going to be my topper. So we've got that lovely birthday wishes there. Now, to make life easier, one of the hardest things I've found when you're cutting out anything like this is how to stick it on. So you've got choices. If you like wet glue, I would be going with my little applicator with the tacky glue and popping it through here. But obviously, with it being the satin mirror card, any kind of glue on the outside is going to show. The second choice, if I just grab one from across here, would be the dotty tape pen.
Yes.
Perfect for the job, but as I am so heavy-handed, I have issues with the sentiments because I end up dragging them and tearing them. So I've popped that to one side. And what I've done already, I've just run it through already at home, is I've actually done exactly the same thing. You can see there, they're identical, other than I put the self-adhesive double-sided adhesive on the back of it there. So this we sell on our website in A4 sheets. And cutting it together means that I've now got, now the hardest bit's actually getting it separated, but I've actually got now a piece that will peel away and leave me that sentiment's now sticky.
I see.
Once this comes off. So for anything like this that's a bit more delicate, this would be the way to go. This is my chosen way. Now, when I do this at home, I usually put my metal shim in. Because you've got that plastic coating on the back, you're thinking you're asking it to go through a decent weight cardstock, plus the adhesive that's in there, plus that plastic coating. So I do normally pop my metal shim just to give that extra grip. And then what we're going to do is we're going to line this up. Because we've die cut, we should be able to get this to line up with that background panel. Just ease it on there so that those edges meet. And I haven't brought it with me, but anything like this at home, I'd normally turn it over and go over it with my brayer.
Oh, yes.
So just to give it a really good and get nice even pressure over it, I'd normally use the brayer on the back of there to make sure that it's all sealed down. And then you've got that lovely topper there. So for me, that's the easiest way to do that. But as I say, don't forget, you've got options with your dotty tape pen, or if you prefer the wet glue, if you're using wet glue, I would tap some of it off either on a piece of scrap card, or you sometimes see us do it on our hands so that it doesn't squidge out around the letters. So that's that bit sorted. And then I'm just going to make a really nice, strong, sturdy gift box for this one. So I've done a lot of this ahead of time. You can see we've got the base here, and I've got my pattern papers here out of one. I'm trying to think which, I think it was have we got the spring solids on the, or was that on a different show? No, that was a different show that I was working on, but I'm not sure if it isn't that paper pad. Onto that brown Centura pearl. So we're just very quickly.
You're loving your boxes today, aren't you?
Do you know, I like a good box.
Yeah.
And as I say, it's just fell with the way that Georgina wanted the order of the demos. It's fell that we've got two boxes together. I think there's another one in there as well somewhere.
You did a box. Didn't you do a box on Play Your Craft?
Oh, that might have been the other one.
Oh, yeah.
I like a good box, I must admit. And this is a really nice sturdy one. It measures 3 inches in depth, and then the lid's just 1.5 inches deep, so you still get to see some of the papers when you've got the lid on. And then inside there, I've just popped, you can just see that there inside. Well, let's get it the right way around, Jan. Just pick up, there's a piece inside the bottom that I've just popped through an embossing folder.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's a really old embossing folder from one of the Sarah signature collections. It's just got happy birthday written in lots of different fonts. So again, nice sturdy box base, and then the lid's reinforced. And what I mean by reinforced is the fact that the side pieces I'm going to double. All right, and that just gives you more strength in those edges. So this was a 12 by 12 sheet, and I've scored at 1 and a half. Yeah, 1.5 and 3 on all the sides, and then cut away. You've seen us do this many, many times, and I think somewhere on my page, if you go back far enough, there's actually a picture with all the measurements on to actually do this and make this sort of style. So what I want to do with this first is just pop some pieces on here. So I've just got some edge pieces to decorate like we've done with any other box, and again this time I'm always flitting around between the glues. My husband will be like, why do you need so many different glues? I said, they've all got a different job. So it's about choosing the right one for what you want to do. So for what I want to do here, that tape pen is perfect. If you want to use a wet glue, I would use the all-purpose.
Yes.
Okay, and the all-purpose glue, some people refer to it as a construction glue because when it sets really, really hard. So it's almost like putting another layer of cardstock down. So if you want to strengthen something, then stick with this one. All right, we sometimes refer to it as rubber cement because once it's dried...
I've never heard that before.
Have you not?
No.
Once it's dried, it really does stiffen. So you get a nice, especially when you're box making and things like that, and you want something to be nice and sturdy. So this is an old paper pad here. I was just looking for something that went together. And I was just flicking through some of my old paper pads, and this is from a really old one. But I know that you guys have got as much, if not more, paper at home than I have.
When you say old paper pads, how far back do your paper pads go?
I think the first Sarah signature collection I got was the Happy Birthday one. Right. Which I think was in 2016 when I started at the store.
Yeah.
There was the Happy Birthday and the Little Angel, which was the baby one.
So that's 6 years
It's a few
ago.
years ago, yeah.
When was the first one actually released?
There were some before that.
Yeah.
There was a nice men's collection early on. I'm not sure when the very first one was released, actually. I should know that, shouldn't I?
Well, let us know in the comments.
Something we could find out, yeah.
Maybe you've got it.
I know there was an English Country Garden before then.
The what? English Country Garden?
English Country Garden, which was nice. I'm trying to think what else was out before then. So again, I'm just going to pop the tabs that I've made to create that box as you would do a normal box. So just creating those right angle corners. And then those extra pieces are going to fit inside now to strengthen those edges. And I've just popped some tape on here ready just to try and speed up the process. But again, you know, if you want to use the wet glue, go with the Collal. You know, I should have gone with the Collal because me and tape are nearly as good as foam pads. There we go. So if I just lift these back out, I tend to just fold them out this way while I'm working with them. And then literally just fold them on the inside and give them a little burnish to make sure it's all nice and flat. All right. And the reason I've done this is because it's a slightly lighter weight cardstock. I think this cardstock was from the, again, I've gone through all sorts of different ones in my stash, and I think the main cardstock for the box was from the Woodland Creatures, which had some lovely shades of browns and greens in there, so it's perfect for what I want to do. Thank you. Oh,
Tracy is
Tracy's here with the coffee, bless her. Do you know?
That's why she's my favourite.
I will get all this off.
Thanks, Tracy.
Just look. I don't know what it is about coming on air. You do this at home and it works, and then on air.
They say, don't they, never work with children, animals...
Or sticky tape.
Or sticky tape. Just whilst you're navigating that, there's lots of lovely messages coming through. Mary Lee says, so lovely to see Jan and Ben again. And I love the box. The numbers have gone into Mary Lee's cart, those pop-out numbers. Cindy says, too funny with that last demo, the numbers Jan picked. I'll be 60 in 3 weeks.
Oh, beat me to it.
Cindy, happy birthday. Tony's Eagles. Hi, Tony. Says, hi, Jan, Ben and friends. From MD. What is happening today? I've just joined. What is happening today? It is Sarah's birthday. We are doing 25% off Sarah's signature collections. We're watching Jan with her sticky tape. Struggling.
It's getting the better of me, honestly.
And also a lovely message to make you feel better from Heidi Hess. Says, Jan is the queen of masterclasses. Take note on how well and complete everything is
She's not the queen of sticky tape. I can't get get this off. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to give up in a minute and put my glue on it.
I would say I'd come and give you a hand, but I'm probably just as bad at getting that off.
As I say, at home, I don't have any trouble with it. And then here, it just
maybe
decides...
it's the heat and the lights.
I'll see to it after. I'm not going to spend an age. The idea is that they're all going to stick inside to create that reinforcement there. And then we've got some layers for our topper. So I've done one layer in the paper that was on the side of the box, and then one layer on the paper that matched this one. So again, we'll pop some... And this one makes a really, really nice sturdy gift box. If you wanted to put something in here that's a little bit more weighty, you know that you've got a nice strengthened box there. So again, this is just going to go on the top. I've got that gold glitter card, and then again, oh heck,
there we go. We'll be back in an hour.
Do you know, I set myself up for it, don't I? These are not too bad, actually. I think part of the secret is not keeping them too long. They behave much better when they're new. But obviously, I buy stuff in bulk, so sometimes it can be quite a while before I've opened packaging.
You need to get a foam pad / sticky tape finger like Craig has got.
Oh.
He's got his foam pad
and then
finger,
we've got that lovely topper here that we're going to pop on the front. And then in the set that comes with that die, you've got From Me to You. So we've got birthday wishes from me to you there.
This is lovely.
Okay, really nice and sort of quite luxurious.
Looks like it would have some Ferrero Rocher inside of it.
Yeah. So again, you could pop the sentiment on with some foam pads if you wish. I'm not going there, I'm just going to stay flat.
Exactly.
All right, we could be there a while. So that's going to go on the top there. And then we've got the little sentiment there to go with it, which is going to go at the bottom. And I'm going to put this slightly to one side because I've got some embellishments as well. We were talking, if you were watching us earlier, we were talking about the stars being a good alternative to flowers and butterflies and things like that. So I'm going to pop a couple of those on.
What else did you say? Buttons, you said.
Buttons,
was a good idea, didn't you?
Buttons give a nice finish as well. Especially the wooden, if you've got any wooden buttons knocking about, they look really nice on the men's projects.
If you picked up the bee-box from Sandra yesterday, from Santangle, you'd have had some wooden buttons in that.
Yeah.
So, that's always quite handy.
So I've just got a couple there to go as an embellishment, and then I've got a little tiny piece of twine that we're going to pop. Now I would normally do this with the glue gun, but I haven't got it turned on, so we'll just pop that one on there for now. And then again, you've got a really, really nice, strong box there.
That's gorgeous.
So again, it just comes halfway, so you can see both of the papers matched together there. But if I just lift you that one up, the little twine bow might drop because it's not quite stuck there. So it's 6 inches square when it's finished. So as I say, you've got room to put quite a few goodies in there, you know, for a birthday. But it really is as simple as changing your colour schemes. You know, if you imagine that done with, I don't know, a nice sort of lilac and some papers from Sarah's Vintage Butterflies, maybe a couple of butterflies on, it would look totally different. But because we've changed those colours to a more masculine colour theme, use some of that Centura pearl that's on the show, and it just brings up a completely different look.
Yeah, do you know what? Obviously, our masterclasses are always here to kind of help you in a particular aspect of your craft, but I always think there's that saying, isn't there, that male cards are difficult, guys are difficult to actually create things for. But I always think over the course of this show, and certainly during Play Your Craft Right as well, you sort of dispelled that myth just a little bit. It's not as hard as you think, is it?
It's like a few years ago, the blog industry was really big, and I know some people still do blog now. I used to have a blog a few years ago. I've not used it for a long time, but I used to, one of my colleagues, one of my crafty friends, her blog was actually entitled Cards for Men. Yeah. So every week we used to put up new inspiration for her, and I worked with her for probably a good 3 years or so, if not more. So we're making masculine cards every week, or masculine projects, and the more you do it, the more you think, actually, it's not as, there's this stigma about, oh, men are hard to do a card for. It's not really. It's just about thinking slightly differently to what we're used to.
loads of love coming in for that particular project in this collection as well. Nick Connie saying, I love the gold sentiment on that brown background. Sherry saying, hi Jan and Ben from windy and stormy Kansas. Good to see you both. Love watching and always learning something new. Shaddai says, nice box. Love it, Nana Jan. Thank you. Perfect, Jan says, for holidays designs. Beautiful, says Carolyn. Love this also, says Clarice. And Mary Pat 1000 says, what a stunning box, Jan. Sophie says, looks like I share my birthday month with the best people. When's your birthday, Sophie? Let me know. Any more April birthdays, do get in touch and we'll give you a mention over the course of the show. Also, let me know if you share my birthday as well. Anyone who's got their birthday next Saturday, be interested to know. Anyone else who's going to be 30, also do let me know. Becky's in the studio with us today, just watching, and she's got a bit of a cough. Well, I said I was going to be 30. It's not just you, Jan, today. The Frame Sentiment Stamp and Die collection, so you're going to get all 4 of these within this set, and as you've seen, they are brilliant if you want to cut straight into your card or your box, but then of course you've got that outer die, as Jan was explaining, for you to be able to pop these out and pop them onto boxes, onto cards. So there's like the 2 different ways to be able to use them, and lots of different ways to be able to make that sentiment as well, because not only will you get the die, but within each of the sets you get the little stamp. So you've got thank you so much, then you've got your hello and miss you, and some nice sentiments as well, aren't they? I think, particularly during this time that we're in, it's nice just to send a card just because to somebody, just to put a smile on someone's face. You don't always have to wait for the birthdays or the anniversaries, or maybe, like Valentine's, for example. Nice to send cards just because. Send somebody a card with love forever and always. And then lastly in this set is the one that you saw Jan using on the top of that box just a few moments ago, which is the birthday wishes from me to you. 25% saving for everybody today. And of course, if you're a Club Inspire member, wherever you are within the Club Inspire sort of scheme, you've got your discount. Of course, if you're a Platinum member, £19.18 or $23.88 if you're shopping with us in the US. Got to quickly recap on something which we launched during Play Your Crafts Right this morning, the Weekend Super Saver Stamping Mystery Bag. We are now at limited stock. In fact, this is super limited. It's super limited on the Super Saver Stamping Mystery Bag because we are at 5% of the stock remaining. Why has this been flying out of the door, I hear you cry? I'll tell you for why. It's £100 worth, $144 worth for this price. So everybody, regardless if you're in the club or not, everybody saves £72.89 or £104.53, $104.53 I should say. I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? If you walk into your local store and you get like a £10, $20 saving, say for example, you're doing cartwheels, aren't you? We're saying have $104 off. £24, $32 if you're a Platinum member. The reason why we've only got 5% of the stock remaining is because this is... Actually, let me show you here first of all. You've got your metallic inks, okay, your water reactive inks in the 4 different colours. So you've got your aged copper, you've got the bronze, your burnished copper, and your tarnished silver in there as well. That set there is worth more than the Platinum price alone. $24.99 or $39.95. I mean, even if you're not within the club, that's pretty much the value of the bag right there, okay? So it almost works out that everything else I'm about to show you right now, you're getting for free. So we're going to give you your paper pad. This is your premium black paper pad. You're getting 30 sheets, 240 GSM, obviously the A4 size, 30 sheets of that included for you as well. Amazing. So you've got some things to get started with. You've also got in here your stamping mat, that's included. So, okay, so all of a sudden you're thinking it'd be nice to have a bit of a stamping aid, something to help me get the perfect results with my stamping. You've got that within the rocker blocks. The 2 different sizes of rocker blocks. Again, if you are someone who's struggled with stamping, these are going to help you get that perfect image each and every time. So if you're saying, well, this is great, I've got lots of kind of accessories there to get crafting with, what about some stamps? There must be some stamps in this bag. There's tons of the things. Let me show you. You're going to get 10 stamps within this beautiful set here, which is entitled Your Classic Rose. So you've got that gorgeous rose to be colouring and a whole host of sentiments as well. Then you've got your village textures too, with that sort of wood grain, with the brickwork in there too. This one comes from the Country Village collection, but we're giving it to you within this mystery bag. There's another 7 stamps there. If you love Sharon Callis, you're in luck, because from the Heart collection, we've got that gorgeous Friendship, one of life's greatest gifts. That collection with another 3 stamps is also included. Then you're going to get mermaids, 8 stamps there. We're going to give you a unicorn, 4 stamps within that collection. On top of that, you're also going to get this set here with that beautiful little pixie, You Are Amazing. And last but by no means least, we're going to give you one of the stamp sets from the Sassy and Classy collection, which I absolutely adore. Too glam to give a damn. So there's 6, 10, 14, 22, 25, 32, 42 stamps, your inks, your rocker blocks, your stamping mat, your paper pad. I mean, it's so big we can't even fit it on the screen. You have got less than 5% of the stock remaining on your Weekend Super Saver stamping mystery bag. This will disappear. Don't think about this. Just grab it because it is potentially the deal of the show. Save those pop-out numbers, which are absolutely amazing as well. But these will disappear. If you've got them in your basket, get them checked out because they are sure to go before the end of this show. Lots still to come. It's a really exciting day here at Crafters TV. Don't forget, a little bit later on, from 7 o'clock this evening, 2 o'clock Eastern, we'll be catching up with Tiffany. Brand new products coming your way from Totally Tiffany. We've got a brand new Cindy tote bag and some brilliant deals to come. If you're after the if you're after the buddy bags, make sure you check the website because we've got a 4 for 3 deal going on there, which you can pick up those deals before we get to the show with Tiffany. And of course, it's Sarah's birthday today, so many happy returns to the lovely Sarah. To celebrate that, we've also got 25% off Sarah's signature collections too. More details and all of the relevant information you need is on the website. Details here. We know there are lots of you with items in your baskets right now, so we're going to give you a good chunk of time to get those baskets checked out. Any questions in the meantime you want to ask, get those through on the socials, and Grace will send those through, and we'll come back with the final part of our masterclass show in just a few moments' time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, you know, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafty must-haves in a flash. Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set. Quick Buy. Get yours now.
Welcome back. Lots of you checking out your baskets during that short little break, and lots of you commenting on how much you're loving the masterclass, which makes us very happy. Carol Guy says, really attractive, Jan. This masculine show is helpful. I love these box ideas, says Mary Lee Carroll. Something nicely different from a card. Thank you for the inspiration. Evelyn says, love the metallics. They're great to make your own metallic cardstock. And Caroline Hanley saying, Jan's boxes are rocking today. Rocking the boxes. Now listen, ye of little faith in my ear, Priest Georgina. So we're going to show you some of the buddy bags, and she's just gone and made, because we've got 4 for 3 on the Totally Tiffany buddy bags with Tiffany coming up later on. So we thought we'd show you some of the bags now. And she's just gone, oh no, I bet you was put them out of order. That's what she just said. Oh no. Well, ye of little faith. I think I might have put them out of order, but thankfully I can remember which is which. So what we thought we'd do, what we thought we would do, they're laughing at me now and taking the mickey. Can you still remember after 24 days off? Now, what we're doing is we're doing a 4 for 3. Check the website for the full range of the buddy bags which fall into that category. I'm sure we'll go through all of them later on because I've got them all in order on the shelf over there. However, we thought we'd give you a bit of an example as to what you can do. So first up is Barbara. She's in the 4 for 3, and it obviously works out that you put 4 into your basket. We give you the cheapest one for free. I'm sure a lot of you will have these buddy bags already. Well, certainly lots of the buddy bags. If you haven't got these are a perfect crafty solution, because the genius with these, again, is their simplicity. The fact that they are see-through, first of all. You know, one of the biggest things is, isn't it, if you are short of storage space, if you want to get boxes and containers and things like that, if you get the ones that you can't see through, you're more likely to lose things and less likely to kind of delve into the boxes to use them. If you've got these buddy bags, they're see-through, so you can see everything that you have contained in the particular bags. Each and every one comes with that really sturdy flap, so you've got that hook and mesh system there to keep everything nice and contained once you've got it in there. And you've also got the little protective pockets which come with all of these as well. So again, you can simply pop these together, stick them inside your bags, so you know things aren't going to get bashed around if you're going to be using them. Obviously, the material that you've got here as well is nice and wipe clean, so if you're storing things like your inks in here, if they do happen to have a bit of a spill or a bit of a leak, it's no problem at all. You can wipe them clean. We've stored a few of our items in here, as you can see. You can see everything that's inside them. You can store them nice and easily. You know, if they're on the shelf, you've got that little handle there, so you can simply take them off the shelf, nice and simply indeed. And then when you want to transport them, again, you've got that carry handle too. So for storage, for transportation, for seeing exactly what you need to use from the particular buddy bags, you've got everything right there. So that one is Barbara, $3.99 or $6.39. Next up is, it is Brandy. Now, Brandy is a lot taller, a little bit thinner, but again, you've got that see-through nature, you've got that hook and mesh flap, and also you've got the container inside too. You can see she's absolutely perfect for things like your rulers, for things like your tools, your paint brushes, maybe if you're into your soft craft, things like knitting needles, you're going to be popping in there as well. But again, what I love about the buddy bags is that there is literally a size for every single crafty element. That one is Brandy, £3.99 or $6.39 if you want to add her into your basket. Next up, Georgina's going, oh, so what have we got next, Ben? Like she's going to catch me out. You're not going to catch me out because I know 100%, I put my mortgage on it. We are now going to Dawn. You know how I know that? I saw it at the preview screen. Thank you, George of the joystick. Georgina's just gone, oh, George! Oh, George! These now they're arguing with each other in my ear. Oh my goodness, if you could only hear the conversation which is going on. Again, Dawn, perfect. You've got 4 little compartments in Dawn here. So again, little ink pads in here potentially. If you've got some of your little glitter pots you wanted to pop in there, you could do. I also think these are great, not only for crafting, but for storage generally, you know, around the home. If you've got kids with the little toys that they've got, or, you know, little bits and pieces that you need to sort out around the home. These are brilliant for doing that as well. Obviously, we talk about the sort of crafty side of these and the crafty element of these, but if it's storage that you're after, if it's ease of use that you're after, then these are brilliant for all of that. Dawn, as I say, is also available in that 4-4-3 deal. She is at £3.99 in pounds, $6.39, which is your platinum price, and which is the last one we're going to look at for now. I wonder what it could be. Don't flash it up on the preview screen, George, because I think it could be Terry. George, Terry. Now, actually, we'll show you the full range later on, but there's actually quite a few of the buddy bags which I think specifically lend themselves nicely to our range of Spectrum Noir pens. This one particularly good for things like your illustrators and your classics. And again, what I love about this, I mean, you can see how many have we got in there? 4, 9, 14, there's about 18 pens in there, and you can see there's plenty of room to fit in more, which is brilliant. And the way that those lay out for you, again, you know, if you take these off the shelf to use them, they're nice and easily accessible for you. You can see all of the colours right there, and as I say, you definitely get at least 3, 4, maybe 5 more pens in there too. There are bigger buddy bags for some of our bigger pens for things like the tri-blends as well, so if you do need those slightly longer bags, of course you've got the ability to do that as well. But again, it's all about the portability, it's all about the storage with these, and it's all about allowing you, if you haven't got a craft room, these are absolutely perfect for storing everything, keeping everything safe, and having everything there for when you need it. The Terry Buddy bag is £3.99 platinum, $6.39 if you're shopping with us in the US and you're platinum. However, that's just 4 of the bags that we've got available. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 18 bags in total within the deal today. So have a look, see which ones are going to suit you personally. And actually, if you are kind of struggling about which buddy bag is the one for you or for the particular crafty item that you need, get the questions in for Tiffany, who will be with us a little bit later on. So she'll be zooming in from the States. Any questions that you've got, maybe get those in now. And then we will ask the questions to Tiffany a little bit later on, because as I say, she will be live with us on that show, and I'm really looking forward to it. Also for the fact that we've got brand new goodies as well with that new Cindy tote. We've got great deals on the desk made coming up for you as well, and plenty more. Now, the left fold alphabet is something which we featured earlier on Play Your Crafts Right, and we're going to have a look at that with Jan in just a few moments' time. I love the fact that we are bringing you some really gorgeous collections here, and the prices that we're doing today, again, are phenomenal. The left fold alphabet, it's a £75, $100 bundle that you're going to receive. However, you're receiving a £22.49, $30 saving today. Platinum members, you're down under £42, $55.98. All about personalisation, all about allowing you to be able to make those cards specifically for that person in your life, for that event. And these are great. Obviously, you've got all the letters of the alphabet, but they've got a really cool thing that you've got the ability to get that left fold cut in there. So you've got the ability to be able to have that beautiful letter standing out, and then the different paper underneath, whether you wanted to add in one of your favourite paper pads, be it glitter card, maybe some Centura Pearl underneath. It's a lovely way to be able to add that sort of different texture, if you like. If you want to use these without the left fold, of course, there's nothing to stop you cutting these out, snipping these out, and just using these as alphabet letters on their own. So again, lots of different ways to be able to use them. Now, not only do we give you the alphabet within this set, but you're also going to get all of your numbers as well, plus the ampersand. So again, total personalisation here. Great for weddings and anniversaries and birthdays. Because like you always say, it's easy to go into a card shop, is it not, and buy an 18th birthday card or a 21st birthday card. Not easy necessarily to go in and buy a card for somebody who's 57 or 32. Those ages where they don't cater for you anymore. You can do it with a collection like this. And the fact that you've got the alphabet as well, you can spell out the name of whoever it might be with a name which might not be a name that you see that often. Engelbert always pops into my mind when I say that, and I don't know why. Yeah, you could do Happy Birthday Uncle Engelbert, couldn't you? You would never get a card in a card shop to Engelbert, would you? You wouldn't. Do you struggle to find Georgina cards? Georgina, when's your birthday? 30th September. I'm going to make you a card for your birthday with Georgina, and I'll send it to you wherever you may be in the world. Does everyone know that your producer Georgina's going in a couple of weeks? She's going trekking the globe. So George Squared, do we know George Squared anymore? Whoever comes in as the next producer will have to make sure that they're called George on the shift. And even if they're not called George, we'll change their name by default so that George Squared can continue. Hello, my name's Liz. No, it's not. You're called George from now on. Yeah, so reply now. If your name's George and you want to be a producer, send it in. You're likely to get the job. Now, you're also going to get in this set the beautiful Joyful Birthday collection. And these are great. We saw in some of the examples earlier on from Jan that these are a great way to finish off those birthday cards. Great to use with this set, of course, but you're going to be using these elsewhere in your crafts as well. You need a quick, cute birthday card. You've got the ability to do that because you can cut out your bunting. You can pop in your happy birthday across the bunting as well. You've got birthday, you've got happy, you've got enjoy your day, and then you've got the cupcakes and the hearts and the balloons and all those other little embellishments to pop on there as well, which will just add extra to your projects. And then you've got the heartfelt wishes as well. Again, butterflies, florals, foliage. Again, you've got the gorgeous die there to be able to cut out the banner. And then you can stamp in the particular sentiment that you want to from this collection as well. Things like Just For You, With All My Love, Lots of Love and more. So it's a really lovely collection. It's very comprehensive. And again, one of those collections I think that you will have, particularly the alphabet and the numbers, one of those collections that you will have close to you at all times, because it's a collection, like Jan was touching on earlier on, that it will not go out of fashion, will it? You're always going to need the alphabet. You're always going to need numbers for your projects. So this is a must-have buy today. If you haven't got it, £41.98, $55.98 is your platinum price. Right, we've got just over half an hour to go, so I think it's time I stop rabbiting on, and we'll hand over to Jan to have a look at our next little demo with this lovely set.
So we're going to do a card this time.
Oh, okay.
We're done with the boxes. I've just had a check. We're done with the boxes. So, left fold alphabets then. This is another variation. There are lots of different alphabets on the website, but it's such a good deal on this today. And again, this allows you to do that opening of the letters. So you've got some sort of movement in there. Really, really nice ones to use. So the letters themselves, the largest letters, when I say the largest, I'm talking about the width of them. They're all 2 inches tall, and the widest ones are 1 inch wide. Now, obviously, things like the letter I is going to be narrower than that, but the widest letters are 1 inch wide, so 2 inches by 1 inch. So again, you can see how they will fit into your normal sized projects quite easily. Yeah. So I'm going to take away here the B, the O, and the Y. We're going to have a birthday boy on this one. And if you have, again, I'm going to get our George to come and have a look at these for me. Okay. Just to show you what we mean by that left fold, because it's got the cutting line here around the outside of the letter, but we've just got a score line along that left-hand side. This part will cut away, and if I show you the other letters there, well, George has zoomed in nice and close for me, you can see that they've all got an element where there's a gap in the cutting line and just a score line. Now that's the piece that's going to stay attached to the card and allow those letters to actually lift up off the card. Thank you, George. So let's pop these on a piece of paper. So again, I've just got some, this is going to be sort of part of the card blank. And what I want to do, the only thing I would say with these, obviously these are fairly straightforward, but when you get something like the O that's the same all the way around, just make sure that that piece where the cutting line's missing is at the left-hand side.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to get it opening
get a right
the
fold.
opposite way. Now, that might be, you know, you might want to do that, just quirky to get that different, but in general, oh, bless you,
Sorry.
what was that?
That was a sneeze cough.
I thought we got a donkey coming then.
All right. I was trying... Dan, I was trying to subdue my sneeze, and it just happened.
Good job.
No, but I didn't want to go, so I did it into my hand, and it kind of went back into my face and made me go.
It was like don't make me laugh.
Sorry.
I can't. Oh.
It was like what? Mr. Ed, were you going to say?
I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm struggling enough as it is now without laughing like that.
Oh dear.
Gosh.
Sorry.
That was funny, that.
You can't. I was too late to signal to you guys
No,
to
you
cut my
didn't do a
mic.
very good job of covering that up. Ben.
Sorry about that.
Phew, made me jump. I thought we got Mr. Ed arrived. Right, onwards and forwards. So, what I'm going to do then, my piece of cardstock measures 5 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to centre it on the grid and look at where the halfway point is. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. And then I'm going to use that centre line and start with that that letter O.
Yeah.
I've got numbers on the brain now because we've been doing numbers.
That's it.
And pop that in the middle there. Okay, so that left-hand cutting edge missing is here on this side. Centred it all the way through, and then we can space the others out accordingly now in between. So again, we're just going to pop that one on here. We can cut all 3 of these together. No matter how long your word is, will depend on what size machine. Obviously, this is going to go through the smaller machines, but if you've got a nice long word and you've got the large Gemini, you know, you can go for it and cut a whole string of letters all in one go. If you've got any duplicates, what I would do with that is use a different letter to get your spacing, and then miss that letter, and then you can just go back in and recut that one if, for example, a name's got 2, you know, of the same letter in.
Yes.
So yeah, we're just going to go for those on there, and then we'll pop those through. I'll do them on the small plates again, and this is how I operate at home. More often than not, I use my Gemini Junior plates in my large Gemini. I have the large Gemini out in my craft room, but more often than not, I will use this one just because it's a bit quicker, and save those larger plates for the larger dies that need that space, or if it's a larger project that I need that space for. So this is going to cut around that right-hand side and expose those letters, but it's going to leave the left side in place. So again, just roll this back so that you're not damaging any of your cardstock there. And you can see how they've stayed attached. Get the piece out in the middle. And you can see there we've got that score line. Now if you want to reinforce the score line on your scoreboard, you can, but they work perfectly as they are, and it just allows you to lift them, and you've got that fold to the left there, so you can see the theory behind that.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, and then what we were talking about of being using them as separate letters of the alphabet, all I've done now, this happened to be a double-sided card, so I've just used the darker side there, and I've cut the letters again, and where those fold lines are, I've literally just cut up those lines with my scissors, and you've got the separate letters then. So if you wanted to do, for example, a scrapbook layout with a title on,
yes,
these are a lovely size for that, to pop your titles in. All right, but again, I'm just going to pop those over the top so that we've got a contrast on the lettering, and stick those down. And I've actually prepped my topper in advance. I'm just looking at the time, I don't know where it goes.
Flies by, doesn't it?
And this is where we've got to. So I've chose some silver this time to go with the blue. I've got a little bit of silver mirror card there as a mat. And then I've done exactly the same as we've done here. And these will lift up. They've just been flat in my bag. But I've stuck those darker ones over the top to get that lift. And then you can see that lovely mirror card behind. I've been round with my pen and done the wiggly lines that you've seen me do many, many times, and just added a couple of embellishments there to accentuate that one. So that's going to be my main feature. And then I've used the stamp set that goes with it here and cut several of the elements. So again, you get a combination of stamps and dies. So you can see here, if I bring in, I love this little banner. You've actually got the means to make the banner, but you've also got the curved lettering that is shaped, ready to fit in said banner. And then you get the metalwork to cut it out, and it creates that kind of effect. So we're going to have a birthday boy.
Aww. Okay.
And then I've also done some of the little balloons. You've just got a couple of little balloons there. And I've coloured those in the blue just to match our design. So again, we've got some embellishments on the way. Now, as for the card, if you don't have a paper that is suitable to go with what you're making, how many times, these are not on the show today, but how many times have we brought the stencils? So I've literally just taken, whoops, prick those through, a piece of white card, and I've stenciled through it with some of our ocean blue pigmenting, which just matched what I was doing. And that's going to be my backdrop. This is the royal blue. So that's that Centura pearl that's in that masculine collection again. Absolutely stunning. And if you don't want to waste all that, obviously cut out the inside part so that you know, I'm going to pop this behind. It seems a bit of a waste. So just pop out that inside, and then you've got space to use to utilise it again. So again, because Jan's very OCD, I have to ink round the edge of everything. Because this is coloured card and it's got a white core, I've just been around the edge of it with my ink pad because I just have to. It's just one of those things, it's a curse.
It does help sort of frame it a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not so bad actually. Going on white card, that's not so bad. The white edge wouldn't be obvious. But if I'd stuck that blue card onto a blue base, you'd see the white edge along the cardstock. And it's just, you know, I've put the tape on again. I don't know what I've been doing here.
Making life hard for yourself.
Here we go.
It's a bit like, isn't it, when Craig with the like the pop-out kits, like the hunky-dory kits, Craig always has to get the little...
Yeah, file the little the pips off.
Yeah.
They do have a name, those. I think they're called tangs, if I remember rightly. I don't know why. Tangs.
Oh.
But I call them pips. So this one's going to be a top fold. And we're going to pop that one on there as a matte layer. And then we're going to pop our sentiment on the front that we've created with the alphabet and the stamp set. Okay, so just pop those to one side. So this one's going to go across the bottom here. Look, I've got tape crazy. Look, sounded a good idea at home. You see, that one's come off fine. I don't know what's going on with the box. Same tape, it's our finger lift tape. So that's going to go across the bottom like so. Okay. I've just popped it back down again, just lift those letters out again. And then we've got, I've started these off ready so that we weren't taking too long. I've just got some little foam pads on. So I've just about mastered the foam pads now. And if all else fails, I've found that the pokey tool works a treat. So again, you can get them off with that one. Okay, and then this is going to go across that top corner like so. So we've got a birthday boy. You know, just imagine doing this on the front and then having those pop-out numbers on the inside. Combine the two.
Yeah.
That would look stunning, wouldn't it? And then I'm going to do the little balloons just as a decorative element. Again, you can pop them up on foam if you wish. So we're going to have a couple there. And a couple. Now, in the stamp set, you even get the little strings. All right, so if I show you the stamp set here, you even get the little balloon strings to stamp in. But I'm going to cheat, and I'm just going to grab my fine liner pen out of my bag, and we're just going to draw these in. So again, we're just going to go down the bottom here. and then the back ones will come down a bit lower. All right, and again, you've got a really nice masculine theme card.
That's
Oh, I've not
great.
quite finished. I've done a little bit. Let me just pop this on the inside as well. So again, I've just taken a bit. So from that pack, I've got Enjoy Your Day, which is in the stamp set.
Yes.
All right, and then the little cupcakes part of the stamp set as well. And I've just done a little tiny bit of the stenciling just to link it in with the outside. So that's going to go on the inside as a sentiment. Entirely optional as to whether you want to dress the insides. I often do. And if you've put a lot of work on the front, it can sometimes make your cards front heavy, and you'll get this happen. Whereas if you put another layer on the inside to strengthen the inside, it helps to support that. So we call them giraffe legs. I don't know where that came from.
A bit like Bambi on ice as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so you'll find that with a bit more weight, it'll stand up nicely.
Fantastic.
And then you've got that lovely sentiment that coordinates and matches inside there.
Really very clever, and again, love the idea of combining that with the pop-out numbers. On the inside as well. Gwen just said, I always hit my edges. I really dislike white edges, but it makes your card look better and not so regimented with the white edges. Yeah, it's a great tip. Karen says, love that tape trick of Jan's, and the tip about the inking of the edges has been super valuable to me, says Mary Pat 1000. And Mary Pat also saying Jan does impressive wiggly lines too. She does many things very impressively. Does Jan, wiggly lines and all. If you want to
even try to draw a straight line.
If you want to go for the left fold alphabet collection, here it is in all its superbness. It's a really great deal again, because not just all the letters of the alphabet, of course, but we're going to give you the full collection of numbers plus your ampersand as well. So total personalisation. Yeah, if you don't want to use these with that left fold effect, that's fine. You can simply just snip and use the letters and the numbers as they are. But another great way, of course, to be able to do that is to use them as the left fold, as Jan's just shown you, and then cut them out again in a different colour. To be able to pop a different front to the actual name or number that you are popping onto your card. You've then got your heartfelt wishes. Again, these are all just sort of little added extras that you're going to get with the stamps and the dice here. So this is all about the florals and the butterflies and the foliage, building up little bouquets, adding little extra sentiments with that banner and the stamps that you've got there as well. So you've got Just For You with All My Love, Just a Note and more. And then a lot of the elements that you saw Jan using as well have been from this collection here, which is called Your Joyful Birthday. So again, you've got the dies and the stamps to be able to cut out the banners for the birthday bunting, the little cupcake which was on the inside of the card as well. You've got the hearts and the balloons which Jan used too. It really is a lovely, lovely set. All of that for £41.98 platinum, $55.98 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. A lovely, lovely collection to go for. I must just mention super swiftly the Weekend Super Saver stamping mystery bag. 99% of the stock has gone. 99%. So you know what that means? There's only 1% left. There's only 1% left. So we're basically down into single figures, I'll tell you that. Single figures of stock remaining. If you want it, get it now. If it's in your basket, for goodness sake, make sure you check it out because it is going to disappear. £24, $32, last percent on that. It is literally the last call. If you've not got it, then make sure you grab it. Now, I just want to grab out from under here your Autumn Blessings collection. Also worth bearing in mind that later on with Totally Tiffany, of course, we will be mainly looking at all of the storage solutions, so there won't be any demos as such. So what we'll do over the course of this show, in the last 15 minutes, is we'll do the vote for the demo of the show, and then we'll do the vote for the demo of the day as well, because, as I say, there won't be any demos as such in the next show. So we'll do that very shortly indeed. Talking of amazing deals, I just want to quickly point you towards the Nature's Autumn Blessings collection. A 10-piece selection with 59 elements in total, should be £75, $95. Look at the price on this today. If you thought the deal was amazing on the pop-out numbers, on the left fold alphabet, this is ridiculous. Another 70% saving for you. I think all in celebration, really, these crazy prices of Sarah's birthday today. You're under £18 or $22.92. And as we just quickly look through these, a lovely stamp selection. You've got dies and stencils and all sorts in here. The chat earlier on with myself and Jan was, yes, this is obviously called an autumn selection. Yes, a lot of the themes in here are sort of skewed towards that, towards Harvest Festival, towards Thanksgiving. But there are many different ways to be able to use these. As you'll see, I'll get the card in a minute actually. You don't always have to use these with an autumnal way. You know, you talk about masculine cards. If you've got someone who's into their gardening, who loves to sort of do some, you know, pottering in the garden shed, this stamp and die set again would be perfect for making a little card for a birthday, for a retirement card potentially, because you've got the baskets and the tools and the wheelbarrow in there, and it's a lovely set all told. Even things like the embossing folder and the stencil that you've got here as well, I think that would make a beautiful background right throughout the year. You've got stencils in here as well, that gorgeous stencil with all of the leaves there too, and then things like these sentiments. Again, some of these are more skewed towards Thanksgiving, towards that time of the year, but things like, you know, grateful, things like thankful, grateful and blessed, sending blessings. These are for all year round. These are for all occasions. You have got in the other set that you've got here more Thanksgiving skewed sentiments, happy Thanksgiving, give thanks, autumn greetings, but there's plenty to get your teeth into year round. You've got your thanks die set there. You've also got that gorgeous wood slice, which again we'll show you on the card, which Jan made a little bit earlier on. She used that in conjunction with those really cool little mushrooms, and then you've got the set of Hallow Autumn leaves as well. So an amazing buy, not just for autumn, but as I said earlier on, even if you were just buying this and thinking, well, I will just use this autumn time for Harvest Festival, for Thanksgiving, it's worth it for that price alone. It honestly is. But as you saw earlier on, if you didn't watch the show, go back and watch it. This is a set, as we discussed, that you can use year round, isn't it?
I think so. As I say, it's just taking those elements and putting them in a different context. Because we've labelled it Autumn Blessings, that's what your mind tells you you've got to use it for. But again, I'm going to show you, just how to separate some of those elements out and make them what you want to do. So just for card of the show then, we're just going to line those up ready. So we started out at the top of the show with that nice little box using the pop-out numbers. So again, just for you. And then when we take the lid off the top, I'm just going to hold it up here in the hope you can see there. Yay! We've got that lovely pop-out 60 inside there. And some of the details from the stamp set as well in there. Okay, so that was number one. Number two, we made that lovely reinforced gift box there using those framed sentiments. Absolutely beautiful. 6x6 reinforced box with that lovely embossed detail inside. Perfect for any gift that you'd want to give on that one. So that's 6x6 inches. That's number two. And then number three, we've just used the left fold alphabets there with those lovely letters that lift out there. Stencil from the stash, and then the stamp set that coordinates with it to do the birthday boy there. So 1, 2 or 3. I've got a fourth one coming up, but we'll do the vote. Yeah, on those three. I wouldn't like to have to pick out of those because they're all quite different, aren't they? And all very beautiful in their own little ways. That's the vote now. 1, 2, 3. I've just put this card here. You're not voting on this yet, but I just wanted to show you. This was the card that Jan made a little bit earlier on with that Autumn Blessings collection, which just goes to show you that's as far from autumn as you could wish to be, really, isn't it? So I think it shows you the versatility of the collection. That one you will be voting on in just a little while because it will be up for demo of the day. But 1, 2, 3 on the cards which Jan showed you just a few moments ago. Are we going to squeeze in one more demo with you then, Jan? We're going to try and get another one in, yes. Okay. But it won't be in the vote, unfortunately. No. But it's another Autumn Blessing. Okay. So we've got that one from this morning, haven't we?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got a lot of it prepped again. So we're going to use the stencil this time. Oh, gorgeous. And I'm going to do something that we don't do a lot of with stencils. We often think, oh, it's a stencil, I'll put it on my card, I'll link through it. But before I do that, I'm going to emboss the stencil. Okay. So again, just for your, any of your stencils, again, Size of the plates are dependent on the size of the stencil. This is only a 5x7 stencil, so fits nicely on here. So you want your clear cutting plate and then your rubber mat. Then we're going to pop the cardstock down, and then I'm going to tape this just on so that it doesn't slide away. Pop this. I've made my piece of card slightly bigger, and then I would trim it down afterwards rather than trying to line it up perfectly. So just pop that on. And then again, we don't have these two play together. So the magnetic shim comes out, but I do want to add a cardstock shim just to get a little bit more pressure. Well, not more pressure because the pressure doesn't change, but a bit more oomph in there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to slide that through there as well. Top plate on, and then we're going to pass that through our machine. And what that's going to do is emboss that stencil detail into the piece of craft card.
Can you do this with all stencils then?
You can do this with any stencil. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what it does, where the gaps are in the stencil, the rubber mat here, which has to be underneath so that it can push the card through the stencil. So that's all done its job now. Take that little bit off there, we don't need that anymore. Now then, we're going to challenge. Okay, we'll challenge our George to come and have a look now. See
George
whether
with
you
the
can
joystick,
see.
in you come.
Here he comes, look.
Oh yeah.
Let's just see that stenciling. It's almost created like an embossing folder effect.
Really good.
Yeah, and if I turn it over, you can see again you've got that debossed effect on the back.
It's a better emboss than I thought.
Now,
it would be off
Georgina's
the
just
stencil.
said in my ear, because she's on the same wavelength, you could put this back over the top now and ink through it. Well, surprisingly enough, Georgina,
That's what you
here's what I
did.
did earlier. And she didn't know that. We hadn't discussed what was involved in the demo. So all I've done is pop this back over the top, taped it in place, and then I've gone in with a couple of inks. I chose the pigment inks because we've got those on the show. And I've got Fire Brown and Seal Brown, which is the mid and the dark brown. And just inked through with one of my little finger daubers to create that detail. So not only have we got the stencil detail, we've got that little bit of raised imagery as well, which just makes it that little bit different. So that's going to be the background to my card, and we're going to pop some twine around here. So another little top tip for you, if you're wrapping not so much with a ribbon that's wider, but with the twine, if you want it to stay in place, can you see how I've just taken a couple of little notches out of the side of my card there? I've got like a little tiny, if I put it over the white, you'll be able to see there, look. Little tiny notch out of each side, and I've just done that with one of my hole punchers, and that allows you then to actually pop your twine around here, and it sort of keeps it in place.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop round a couple of times there and tie that, and I'm not even going to attempt to bow, I'm just going to tie it in a knot. All right, so we've got a bit of detail there at the back, at the bottom. And as I say, it stays in place with having those little notches in there. So we'll cut that spare piece off there. So we've got a bit of detail going on. And then the background, we've gone back to the craft card again, okay? And I think this was just slightly bigger, yeah, 5 3/4 by 8 this time. Matting and layering, so I've got that lovely chocolate brown Centura pearl, and then a piece of that lovely green gold. So these are both Centura pearl. So we're going to put those down as a matte layer, and then I've used some of the other sets from that kit to do the embellishing again. So this is going to be our background layer, like so. Again, just leaving that border all the way around the edge.
Whilst you're just doing that, I'm just going to come across and get the winner of the demo of the show.
Okay, now you can pop this one up on foam tape because it's got the bulk of this behind it, but I'm not going to worry too much. Again, I can see the clock ticking away. I swear time goes faster here than it does anywhere else.
It does.
So again, pop that one down on top, and that's going to be our background already done, incorporating that stencil. Okay. And then I've used that lovely stamp and die set. So in here you've got the metal dies to cut all the elements out, and then you've got the stamp set to go with it. So I chose that lovely wheelbarrow there, which I think is lovely.
Yes.
It's really nice. Like you said, anybody that's a gardener or anything like that, you've got a great sort of one to go with. And we're going to use this as a embellishment. And then I also used the sentiment that's in there, which says "with grateful thanks." Now I just used the thanks part.
Okay.
to create mine because I'm going to pop some other bits with it. So this is going to go on the top here, and then this one's invaluable. We were talking about substituting butterflies and flowers for stars and buttons and things, but again, you know, why not add your leaves in? These are quite generic as well, so we're going to use these as well for some embellishments. And then again, I've stamped that inside piece, and these are part of the one of the stamp sets as well. Where are we? Is it in here, or is it the one? It's one of the ones I've popped away, but you've got thanks for everything you do. Am I telling you? No, it's with this one. That's right. So it's with this one. So thanks for everything you do. It's appreciated more than you could know. And then the couple of little elements at the edge are from that other stamp set. Again, you can see there, I've just used that partially onto the corners, just to link it all in again. And this is going to be the inside piece. So just to finish that off, I think I'm going to grab a couple of foam pads.
Whilst you're looking for the foam pads, should we just quickly get the vote going on the demo of the day?
Yeah, by all means.
I can tell you that the winner of the demo of the show was number one, of course. The box.
The pop-out numbers.
Pop-out numbers box.
Lovely.
So what we'll do is we will get you to vote on the demo of the day. So number one is the card that Jan made earlier on Play Your Crafts Right. So this was made with this collection, actually, with the Nature's Autumn Blessing. So that's number one. If you want to vote for that for demo of the day. Or the one that you've just voted for is demo of the show. Number two, that box. So one or two, number one or number two. You've got about 3 minutes to get your vote in. Thank you all.
So what I've done is I've popped some foam, which I'm going to sort of pop over the top of the twine there so that it's stuck either side of the twine on there. And then again, we'll take that lovely tacky glue, and I wanted to use the leaves behind the sentiment there just to add another layer. So we're going to have one at the top, and then you could pop some foam pads behind the sentiment again if you wish, but we're going to go with that one. And these are lovely because you get the outline of the leaf, and then you get those lovely veining as a second dye.
Yes.
So we're just going to pop that one there, and that one as if it's coming from the bottom, and I'll keep it all flat just for speed. So just that tacky glue on there, and this one's going to go as our thanks. Okay, and then inside, just to finish off, we're going to pop that, oops, I don't need that bit. Just to finish it off and make it all correspond. You could add a bit of colour in those little leaves if you wish, but again, just. So we've got on the front there, thanks for everything you do. It's appreciated more than you know. So just to finish off with there, and again, you know, not obviously autumn. You know, it could be a harvest card or a Thanksgiving card. But I think anybody, like you said, that's a gardener, you know, it's just a really nice one to have in your kit. And the stencil's beautiful just to use alone, you know, with anything.
I'm kind of glad that we did run out of time to put that one into the vote, because I think that would have made things even more difficult. This is a lovely card. Some really lovely makes. I know Grace is just getting her abacus out just to tot up which card has won demo of the show. So just whilst we get the call on that, again, just to remind you of this collection. If you missed out on the full Autumn Blessings collection, this selection is an absolute steal today. It really is. With a 70% saving, £17.98, $22.92. So you've got your leaves in there, those beautiful dies. You've then got your set of mushrooms, which Jan used on that card earlier on. You've got your wood slice in there too, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous. That's included, and then you've got a whole host of other sentiments as well. So there's your thanks. That one brings you actually the sentiment which Jan just stamped on the inside of that last card. You've got even more stamps in there, so 10 different sentiments here, another 8 sentiments included, plus of course you've got your stencil, you've got your embossing folder and stencil in there as well. Then you've got all of those stamps and dies. That's the wheelbarrow that Jan used just on the last demo there. And then lastly, another beautiful set of dies to be using as well. So all of those are included for £17.98, $22.92. It's an absolute steal, it truly is. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Loads of love for Jan's demos today. Anne-Lee saying, lovely demos, Jan. Time to pull this collection out again, says Mary Lee Carroll. Lovely card. Thank you, everyone, says Margaret. Great show. Carol Guy says, I just love Jan's demos. Couple of things to do before the end of the show. Should we quickly wrap up and do the demo of the day? What do you reckon?
Have we got a winner? Oh, possibly the box, I think, yeah.
The winner, number 1.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bit different.
Close run thing, apparently Grace is saying, but that is your winner. So well done, Jan. That will go up onto our Crafty Walk of Fame. Could
Thank
be
you very
voted
much.
as the demo of the week a little bit later on. Just before we say thank you to Jan, I must just tell you that the Weekend Super Saver Stamping mystery bag, don't scream and shout, but it's now
Sold out.
gone. Congratulations if you got your hands on that. Jan, what a fab day. Obviously, that's it for you because it's me and Tiffany later on. Just remind us of the date when you're back.
I'm not back until the 14th of May, so I have got a little gap again, but it's just the way the schedules fell. I'm not going anywhere. I will be working behind the scenes. I will be prepping ready for that show. I'm not sure what I've got on that show yet. My mind's not that far in front. I think it's a Saturday, so it'll be Play Your Crafts Right again.
Okay.
And I think it might be with you as well, if I remember rightly.
I don't think it is.
Is it not?
No.
No.
Don't
14th
think so.
of May.
I think I'm on the Sunday then.
Are you?
Would you say I'll be on holiday again? Oh, you guys. Anyway, Jan, we shall look forward to it. Thank you so much. I'll be back with you in a couple of hours. Totally Tiffany takeover for 2 hours with some brand new goodies. So look forward to that. If you've got anything in your baskets right now, check them out, and we'll see you in a couple of hours. Bye for now.